Frank Pastore, and welcome to More Than Conquerors. This is where Jesus Christ not only helps sustain careers, but also is the most meaningful part of these incredible athletes in their lives. Joining me, AC Green, famous Los Angeles Laker, the Iron Man of the NBA, and an incredible All-American, and an incredible Christian, an incredible parent, an incredible adult. We'll hear more from AC in just a little bit. But also, Leah Obrien-Amico. She is a three-time All-American, a three-time academic All-American, and a three-time gold medalist for the United States softball team. And get this, she hit 400 as a pitcher. And I want to know how you did that. How in the world you hit 400 as a pitcher in softball?
Well, I was a pitcher growing up, but you know, I played multiple sports, and I just like to look at myself as an athlete, and so I like to say I was a hitter who pitched as opposed to, you know, just a pitcher.
Only my fantasies could I hit 400. You know what I mean? Close your eyes, swing hard, and then. But you actually did it at the collegiate level.
Absolutely. That to me was definitely one of the best parts of the game, was going up there and being able to face the pitchers. And I think, you know, as a pitcher, you also have insight to what the opponent has and what they're going to throw at you. So I definitely think that helped me to be a better hitter when I had the opportunities.
Now, AC, before we get back to Leah, were you always good at basketball, even as a little kid?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all.
I feel so much better. All right. Were you always good in softball?
Oh, I started when I was about 6.
Be honest. Of course you were.
I was all right, but I was a little lefty, so people said, hey, she should pitch, and right away I had some talent with it, so I was a pretty decent athlete.
Well, you have a lot in common with Babe Ruth. See, he started out as a pitcher and he became this incredible hitter.
Okay.
So now when you played for these 3 Olympic gold medal teams, what positions did you play? All of them, or just?
Actually, I stopped pitching by my sophomore year in college, and I became an outfielder. I played center field at Arizona, got named to the Olympic team as an outfielder. So I played right field in the 96 and the 2000 games. But growing up, I was also first baseman. Played a little bit of first base my senior year at Arizona. And my coach from Arizona became the Olympic coach. So that year he said, hey, our first baseman retired. We're going to put you back at first base. So I got to end my career in Athens, Greece in 2004 at first base.
That's amazing. Leah, I mean, I have to ask a question about that. Okay, so you have, you know, you're young with softball aspirations, and there you are playing various positions, so you're just growing and playing at the same time. Then you go into high school and then college, and then all the Olympic, you know, festivities. But you have a family support that's there all the time, of course. And I mean, I just want to know your mom. I know you have a great relationship with her. You talk about her all the time, but from her perspective, what is her most proudest moment that you've accomplished?
You know, I don't know if I could say there's actually one moment. I would like to say probably when I stood on the medal stand in the 1996 Olympics. You know, turning to my family for me was the greatest thing because they were my support to get there. But I know after every game, good or bad, I was a pitcher, so you have some days where you need a little more support.
Or a career.
Yeah. So my mom would be the one that I would go to that would, you know, say, you can do it, you're awesome. She was my biggest fan. And so I would definitely say when I stood on that medal stand, for her to see all my dreams come true at that moment. And even more so now, I think as I have young children, to see my walk with God is truly her greatest moment, I would say, you know, is to see what God's doing in my life, and then also to see me as a mother with my own young kids.
All right, now, Leah, you're talking about kids. You also are a coach. Tell us what you're doing now.
Yes, I'm going to coach at a high school here in Southern California, and I'm very excited to have an opportunity. A number of these young athletes are aspiring to do what I did, go play at college, hopefully eventually play for the USA team in the future. So I'm excited just to not only teach them the game and maybe little insights and tricks, but also to prepare them hopefully for what they're going to experience in college, some of the challenges that we all face as athletes in college or in an environment when we're still young, you know, really, and learning a lot of things about ourselves. And hopefully, you know, just to even share a little bit about God with them if I can, because some kids don't even have that hope, you know. So maybe through opportunities that God opens, maybe I can share about really what's important in life with them.
AC, you remember your first game in college at Oregon?
Oh yeah, I do.
Did you have a good game?
Actually, the first game for me was against Pepperdine when I was there, and it was a home game, but I was so nervous. I mean, I stung up the joint. But in the first half, in the second half, I wind up playing pretty well. And for a freshman, you know, the coaches seemed like they were pretty happy overall. But I don't know. I mean, it's amazing, just sports itself, and then trying to get involved with it and trying to keep your momentum going, and wondering if you have enough to even to belong there.
Yeah.
It's
Leah,
crazy.
how about you? And remember your first college appearance?
I do. I remember the first game of the year I didn't start, and I was like the big cheerleader. You guys go get them, even though I'm part of this team. And so the second game this tournament, I got to play, and I remember facing a very good pitcher who actually went on to play on the Olympic team for Australia, who had the previous year I watched her come in to play in a tournament in Southern California and beat up Arizona pretty darn good, and they won a national championship that year. So I knew she was a good pitcher. Okay. Had a couple opportunities, I think I got 3 hits off of that game, and I firmly believe in that game it set the stage. So I think God was there with me, because 3 hits in a game was good, and I didn't always do that, let me tell you that much. So.
Well, today we're going to talk about football and perhaps one of the greatest running backs in the history of the NFL. And his first college appearance was unbelievable. We could only fantasize about something as incredible as that of Shaun Alexander, the all-star running back for the Seattle Seahawks. Let's watch.